What are your, you got your Serato handy? Like, what are you playing nowadays? Like, what's, give us some hot fire. Like, is there anything that's been banging lately? I try and do like on my show, like some new shit.
Yeah, I got a couple. So you know what's weird? I don't know. This year for me, I feel like some of my biggest bangers are like refreshed, like songs that are like refreshed. Whether it's like an older song remixed or whatever. And then there's some songs, I don't know, maybe just because it's like that EDM era is coming back or whatever. That I'm literally using same mixes that I used for a while and retired just because like that style of beat, whatever. So this one edit, and I don't even know if it's a non-video edit only, but this is a video edit. It's 3X with What's Going On with What's Up, Four Non-Blondes. Do you know that edit? It's like, hey, I said hey. And then it goes, yeah. I don't know like what's going on with this Four Non-Blondes song, but somebody actually asked for Four Non-Blondes just a few weeks ago. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's going to work, but I type, you type it in, you see what you got. And I'm like, holy shit. I remember this edit from 2014 or whatever. And like, I put it on and people were like, yes. So like, I just been throwing that in. That's been like a jam. Like
there was an old house edit to that way back in the day too. What's Up. It was more like 2002 house type shit. Yep. Like it was older kind of style. Because I got it was like a DJ Oatsy type thing, and I got a request for that like a couple of weeks ago, and I played it, and it went good. But then it's just so like cheesy. Or the beat itself was so dated that like I didn't have the balls to play it again. But that with the 3X probably okay.
Yep. So Four Non-Blondes was the right. Four Non-Blondes. They weren't the original. I think Four Non-Blondes was the remix one. So that was pretty dope. You know what? Like as far as a new edit of a song, the Joe Maz Astronaut in the Ocean, that Joe Maz edit. Right. Dude,
I've been hearing a lot about that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There's another one. Oh shit, what is it? What's Next Drake with Calabria? That's been like, so for me, like when I love playing hip hop, but I feel like I get away with a lot more hip hop because I try and do like whatever they call it, G house versions or, house mixes of hip hop, whatever you want to call it. So I found
especially this, the harder stuff, like the 70 type BPM stuff, right? Like
yeah. So the What's Next, the Riva's Calabria bootleg, it's on Club Killers. Oh, yeah, like that's a jam. That one's like, and for me, my style, like I know you've worked with me, like I mix fast, probably to a fault, too fast sometimes, or like, I don't know, like I'm just all about, I never want people to settle ever. I don't care, like I just feel like the second I'm like always at like a 12, and if I can just even keep them at a 7, I never want them at like a 6.5. 7's my minimum. So like I try and rip through stuff and there are certain songs, you want to talk about like top 5, like a song I will play at every single wedding. I don't care if it's an all black crowd. There's this edit of like Carry On Wayward Son over like that.
Oh, the Seraphim?
Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Yep.
Hold on. I stole that from you. I think that's a video edit too.
It is. Yeah, it's the conga break. Yeah, Seraphim.
Yeah.
It's off of Crooklyn. Yep. Legit. I left. Back. Dude, I left her like every single time because like I know there's a lot of parties where. Intro. Yeah, and then it goes into that Carry On, and then it goes into like that conga beat. So you can go conga shake, you can go anything Calabria, you can go any Pitbull, you can go, you can go in a million different directions, Yeah. So like that's a staple for me all the time. And then as far as like background stuff, a couple songs I bought back. Was So Fresh and So Clean, Outkast. They play that during dinner.
That's a good idea too.
So like I do that. Bedrock, I do that during dinner. I bought that back. I can make your bed rock. Ooh,
that's a good idea.
Right? So I do that because like during dinner, again, I do like a shit ton of mashups during dinner. So I'm always doing like, I got like this, I forget who did a hip hop track, but they put Benny the Jets in it. I actually, Christian had it as Benny and the Jets. Someone had Benny and the Jets in there. They changed the voice, or I don't know if they changed the key of it. So I just used the Benny and Jets part. It's like one little piece. I always dropped it in there. I'll tell you. Hold on a second. Benny and the Jets.
Because you're mixing all through dinner, right? Like you're beat mixing, quick mixing dinner the same exact way, essentially, that you would mix dancing, only with, dinner-ish songs.
Yeah, like during dinner, they're probably only getting like 60 seconds of song during dinner too. But it's just honestly, it's a way for me because some weddings, like I had some weddings I was working with PK where like they love the song, the whole song, and like right now, sometimes for me 3 minutes, I'm like, oh, I gotta play the next song, So if I have a wedding like that where you got to let songs breathe and do whatever, like dinner's like for me, just like let some shit out, let some whatever out, because they're eating. So during dinner, like I go from like that, I'll go from like a hip hop joint to like a couple rock songs. Like I always play like Feel Like Making Love, Feel Like Making Love, like that.
Bad Company.
And then I'll go into like, shit like that. I'll go like, I buy you a drink. I always play during dinner. I want to buy you a drink.
Ooh, that's a good idea too.
And then I'll do like Free Fallin' Tom Petty. I'll do like Rich Girl during dinner. But like I'll go like old, and then like so it's like someone like like I know I say old like really my age, at a wedding. What they were stuck on when they went to high school. I'll get that in for them. But then like I'll come back like 6 seconds later with a hip hop song. So none of the young people or the bride or groom would think like, oh, why is he playing this? Whatever,
Yeah.
So that goes back to like shit I learned from AM. Like just it's how you drop stuff. It's like you drop it at the right place. Like give them enough and then do something for you. Give them enough, do something for you. Or like I think it's a great formula.